This week, the newsmaker on Bottom Line is Bob Hatley, the president and CEO of Paragon Bank, a very successful community bank that's about to become a $10 billion bank as a result of a merger. Bob, welcome to Bottom Line.
Glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Well, looking at your background, born in Concord, North Carolina, went to Appalachian State University, worked in banking most of your professional life. You've seen the changes that have taken place in this state over the last several decades. How has banking changed in North Carolina?
Well, when I first started, the big guys, B of A, Wachovia, they were the size of the small guys now. You know, they were $5–6 billion, and it's not all a result of inflation that those numbers are larger. It's through mergers, and that's been going on quite a bit over the last 30–40 years. So that's a big change. Plus technology. Obviously, technology has changed the banking landscape considerably, and it's doing it in a very rapid manner. I mean, that's why you don't hear too much about branches being opened, but you're hearing about branches being closed.
Bob, why did you decide to sell your bank?
Well, we felt like the time was right. There's a lot of reasons, and it's a good question because we've been prepared to answer that for not only for people like you, but also for our shareholders and for our staff. There's been a lot of talk over the last several months, really, that you've seen just in North Carolina about the banks our size. We felt like our value was good right now, but really more importantly is the landscape is going to be changing down the road. There's going to be another recession coming. We just don't know when. It certainly won't be as severe, we hope, as the last one. Also, fintech is a big buzzword now in banking. Financial technology is a good thing, but it's also could be a bad thing. And it's a bad thing for the small guys because it's very expensive to keep up with that. Our operations person will come in and say we have an opportunity to get involved with another computerization kind of project, and it'll cost us $50,000. Well, that's a lot of money, or $100,000. So the scale helps. So obviously having scale. Plus, we're in a market, Raleigh and Charlotte, where every bank wants to be. So there's no secret that all the banks our size have had people knocking on our doors. We've had people asking us to talk to them for the last 4 years. We probably had 6 banks knock on our doors. So we knew the day was going to come, and our opportunity was to find. Our mandate was to find somebody that was like us as much as we possibly could, and we have.
Now, you've been at the helm of Paragon through a period of tremendous success. Quite frankly, you've proven that banking can be successful in sort of the old-fashioned way of customer focus. You talk about raving fans. What does that mean?
Well, when we started the bank, the reason you've got to have a reason to start an enterprise, and it isn't to make money. Our purpose was there something out there that was being underserved, and we felt like it was a small business owner who was underserved. A lot of the small banks didn't have the expertise. The large banks, frankly, just didn't care. So we felt like we could add that level of expertise and advice to small business owners. And small is, for us, is companies from revenues of $5 to $75 million. That's kind of our sweet spot. Then we got into private banking. And what the raving fans is all about, well, actually we stole the idea from Ken Blanchard. All our employees have his book on their desk. And the way I define a raving fan is you can have satisfied clients and customers, but they'll leave. You can have loyal customers, and they'll normally stay with you. A raving fan is somebody that is not only loyal, but he'll tell everybody else about you too. That's our goal, is that we create an environment, we call it extraordinary client experience, where people not only want to stay with us, but they want to tell other people about us.
So we talked about the fans part. Let's talk about something you're not a fan of, credit unions. Why this animosity? Well,
you're not going to find too many bankers that are in the court of credit unions, and it's not a competitive story. Even though they are competitors, we think competition's good. Competition makes you get better at what you do. So we're all about competition. That is not a problem. But it needs to be a level playing field. And the mission of credit unions years ago was to serve the employees of a large company or people of like identities, such as state employees or from a corporation. And the trade-off was they were not taxed, so they were tax-free organizations, and that worked fine. And in fact, I would say that 75% of the credit unions in the country still play by those rules. It's the 5% that growth became extremely important to them. All of a sudden, they wanted to grow like the banks did, and they have. And they have continued to push limits, and they've really gotten way away from their critical mission. And it's affecting banks like me now because they're in the commercial banking arena. And theoretically, what they're supposed to be doing is taking care of their own constituents. Well, we have loan after loan or relationships we look at that a loan is brought to them by a broker, a loan broker or a real estate broker, and he's no constituent of the credit union, but they're banking them. They're going after the business, which is fine, except for the fact if they're not paying, we pay 33% of our income goes to pay taxes. They pay 0. So automatically you don't have a level playing field. And then because they haven't been in this long, they're not real good at it. And they're not doing the things that traditionally have to be done in terms of proper underwriting of a credit.
Which is rural banking and things like that.
And they won't require covenants, and they give up on loan guarantees. And what happens is either causing the competitor banks to lighten their standards, which we refuse to do, or we just lose business to them. So it's just not a level playing field. And what will eventually happen, because this happened back in the late 80s and early 90s with the savings and loans, is there'll be enough train wrecks out there that the regulators will come in and they'll make it tough for everybody, not just them.
Well, hope that doesn't happen.
Well, Bob, as a quick thought, any changes to the bank with this acquisition?
Well, so far we're still kind of going through all this. Our merger, the actual closing date won't be until the end of January of next year. So we're going through this, working with all our employees. There will be some employees that will be displaced. We're working very hard to find jobs for them out there. But in our case, it's not that many. We're a very lean shop to start. Excuse me. We're a very lean shop to start with, so there's not a whole lot of cost savings that somebody acquiring us would have.
Bob Hatley, thank you for joining us on Bottom Line.